Hi everyone, welcome to Harry's Success Point. In the last class, we discussed about the major differences between plant cell and animal cell. Today, we will go through different cell organelles, their structure and function. As you all know, cell organelles are found in eukaryotic cells for performing various functions within the cell. So, for the normal living of a cell, there should be some biochemical reactions or some processes should be there. So in eukaryotic cell, these processes and biochemical reactions take place within cell organelles. So cell organelles are formed with the help of plasma membrane or biological membrane. Cell organelles include nucleus, mitochondria, plastids, ribosomes, cytoskeleton, cilia and flagella, centrosome and centrioles, and the endomembrane organelles like endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi apparatus, lysosome, vacuoles, etc. So in today's class we will be coming over nucleus, mitochondrion, plastids, cytoskeleton, centrosome and centriole, and ribosomes. So first we will see about nucleus. So nucleus was first described by Robert Brown in 1833. The contents of the nucleus was revealed by Fleming after staining the nucleus. So when Fleming stained a cell, he could observe a darkly stained region and it was described as the nucleus and the contents of the nucleus. So the curiosity regarding the nucleus led to the study of the nucleus and led to the invention of the content of the nucleus. So Fleming named the contents of the nucleus as chromatin, which means something that takes color. Chroma means color, so chromatin. The nucleus is separated from the cytoplasm by a double membrane called the nuclear envelope. The space between the layers of nuclear envelope is called perinuclear membrane. The outer membrane of this nuclear envelope is continuous and it forms the endoplasmic reticulum. Inside the nucleus is the nucleoplasm or we call it as karyoplasm, then genetic material and nucleolus. In the interphase nucleus, that means a nucleus of a cell which is not in a dividing condition. Such a nucleus is called interphase nucleus. In the interphase nucleus, the chromosomes exist in the form of a tangled network of long, thin and interlacing filaments called chromatin reticulum. Reticulum means a network. Chromatin means that is related to chromosome. So chromatin reticulum. During the time of cell division, the chromatin reticulum condenses to form the chromosome. Then when we come to the nucleoplasm, we can see small spherical bodies. They are called nucleolus or nucleoli. Nucleoli are small spherical bodies which are associated with active ribosomal RNA synthesis. This ribosomal RNA is associated with the formation of ribosomes. Another important cell organelle is the mitochondrion. Mitochondria were first observed by Kolliker in 1880 and Richard Altman called them as bioplast, thinking that mitochondria is a prokaryotic cell which is symbiotic in an eukaryotic cell. So he proposed another theory called symbiotic theory. Later, in 1897, Benda used the term mitochondria to denote the organelle. Mitochondria are self-duplicating cell organelle. It is a double membrane bound structure with outer and inner membrane. The inner membrane forms several infoldings projecting into the lumen. The foldings are called cristae and the compartment that is formed within the lumen of the mitochondria is called the matrix. Both the inner and outer membrane contains specific enzymes which are involved in electron transport and oxidation reduction reactions. They include ubiquinons, flavins, and pyridine nucleotides. Mitochondria are the sites of aerobic respiration and they produce ATP. ATP is called the energy currency. Hence, they are called powerhouses of the cell. So, mitochondria is principally associated with the generation of ATP. That is why they are called the powerhouse of cell. Mitochondria contain single circular double-stranded DNA molecule. So, they are able to replicate of their own. Then, we are going to see another cell organelle called plastids. Plastids are found in plant cells and euglenoids. They contain specific pigments and impart a specific color to the plants. Plastids are of three types. They are chloroplast, chromoplast and leucoplast. Again, these can be divided into different groups. The most widely present plastid is the chloroplast, which contains chlorophyll. This chlorophyll pigment provides green color to the cells. Like mitochondria, chloroplasts are also double membrane bound organelle. The space inside the chloroplast is called stroma. A number of flattened membranous sacs called thylakoids are present in chloroplast. Thylakoids are arranged in the form of grana. They are arranged in the form of stalks and they are called grana. The chlorophyll pigments are present in the thylakoid membrane. So, this is the region where photosynthesis takes place. Then we are going to the next cell organelle, that is ribosome. Ribosomes were discovered and isolated in the 1940s. In the 1950s, their presence were confirmed by George Palade and Seigwitz. In 1958, Roberts introduced the term ribosome. They are composed of ribonucleic acid or RNA and proteins. So, these ribonucleic acids for the synthesis of ribosomes are produced from the nucleolus present inside the nucleus. Then ribosomes is not a membrane bound organelle. So, they are present in both prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells. So, we can divide ribosomes into two groups, prokaryotic ribosome and eukaryotic ribosome. But they differ in their composition. The eukaryotic ribosomes are of 80S while the prokaryotic ribosomes are of 70S. The S denotes Sedgwick unit. Then both the type of ribosomes are made up of two subunits, a larger subunit and a smaller subunit. Then we will see the next cell organelle, that is cytoskeleton. It is an organized network of protein filaments found in all prokaryotic cells. The cytoskeleton is altogether absent in prokaryotic cell. Cytoskeleton is formed of fibrous elements and proteins. Cytoskeleton provides mechanical support, shape and mobility to the cell. Then another component is the cilia and flagella. Cilia and flagella are small cytoplasmic structures seen on the free margins of some cells. They are extensions of the cell surface and are formed of plasma membrane. They are hair-like outgrowths. Cilia are hair-like structures that work like oar, causing the movement of the cell or the surrounding medium, while flagella are longer than cilia and are responsible for the cell movement. Another important cell organelle is centrosomes and centrioles. Centrosome is an organelle containing two cylindrical structures called centrioles. It has a specific perpendicular organization. The centrioles form the basal body of cilia or flagella and spindle fibers that give rise to spindle apparatus during the time of cell division in animal cell. So, the centrosomes and centrioles are so important since they actively participate in cell division in animal cell. Then the endomembrane system, we will discuss the endomembrane organelles in the next session. So, until then, follow our channel, like, share and subscribe Hari's Success Point.